What'd you get?
I am at 1 minute. Do we want to restart?
Yeah, I'm fine with starting a little bit in. I don't want to wait
Alright.
for people to move out.
Let's go ahead and check the morale chart, see if there were any early kills, and there were none. It looks like, just like the previous match, we're going to see some 8v8 flag stand play. Let's go ahead and zoom out just now. Oh, never mind. Eating my words. We have a Dervish number 2 running into the red base. So this is a Dervish number 2 from Get Down. And he is going and attacking this archer. He is responded to by a number 8 Rit runner who is currently not under burden of flag. They have the flag stand with 1 minute 30 till boost. And
Yes,
we
you're seeing
have
a
a
couple
active
different
flag
things
push.
here. You're seeing a couple different things here from the last match. You still have the two pressure dervishes you saw before, but a very different midline. You have the ranger, you have the necro mesmer here, but you have a fire rally. So this is very much a bunch of characters that can run around and do things, and they are already taking advantage of that a bit, as you were commenting already. And Stonebender is running some Lissa dervishes, which is the other flavor that you see a bit of sometimes. Or they're running a Lissa dervish, I should say.
Oh, I've got the invisible dervish bug.
Oh
Go
no, not
ahead.
invisible dervish.
Oh no.
Two Lissa dervishes. Two Lissa dervishes, and I think this last guy's Evan Dust. So Lissa guys pump out a lot of enchantments because it has the recharge of everything, so they can spam whatever enchants they want. They can get their cripple, their blind, interrupts, all kinds of good stuff from that. And then also they get some minor energy denial from all that going on. So this is kind of a weird, kind of a
Is it like a
different
Fear
sort of
Me
pressure
almost?
build. It's like a Fear Me, yeah. It's a -1 energy to everyone nearby whenever one of their enchantments ends, and then it also makes your enchantments recharge a lot faster, so they can just basically mash on these enchantments all the time.
Now it looks like in this current match we have a number 2 blue dervish training Stonebender's runner, but Stonebender does not really care, and they really shouldn't. They have the flag stand with 10 seconds till boost, and their front door is getting pushed in, I imagine partially because of this damage dealer, this primary damage dealer sort of kind of wandering around.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a guy out like that, you need to really make something happen. You can't just have one of your random melees out doing nothing, because
Right,
it's not.
exactly.
You can't put any pressure on him, and you can't put any pressure on the other team. Can have their monks and go entirely into clearing their front line. They can go purely into prodding everything, shut down everything you got going on, and then they can just walk all over you.
Yeah, this prop monk has the resources to just sit on shield primarily, uh, dropping some, yeah, just cleaning instead of healing with his RC, and obviously we have our first fatality of the game, unless I'm mistaken.
I think I
Nope,
saw a
second.
couple earlier, but they popped right back up.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
Get Down
the
needs to get some of
consequences
these
of
guys out of
this.
the base really badly. These Dwayne dervishes or not Dwayne dervishes, the Lissa dervishes are really strong in this, are pretty strong in this team fight because they can spam all the energy and all around. But they aren't going to have a whole lot to offer on a split. While this Get Down team has a lot of characters that are strong on a split. So I'm surprised they haven't managed to
Right,
get
they're
anybody out
splitting
yet.
with their front line and not with the guys up. That'd be number 3 death for Get Down. I don't know if that guy has died before or not. Usually pretty good about tracking DP. Uh, we're seeing, so this number 3 dervish on Stonebender House Mafia. This guy's at EDA,
It's an EDA
or
dervish, yeah. I think he's
that's
EDA.
interesting because we've seen the EDA dervish. Yeah, he is EDA, but he is using a scythe. We usually see them running sword. For some reason, slash Rid, I imagine he's the hard res. Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess they couldn't afford the secondary.
Well, they're all slash red. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, it's not like an Ebon Dust Scythe is bad by any stretch. He still has all the good stuff that a dervish has. He can spam all the enchantments out there.
And he's just
Um,
pushing really deep here.
the thing people usually run the sword guy for is, again, he's a bit hardier from the shield, and because of the aura slicer, he gets the cracked armor on his sever, so he can actually on what would be the equivalent of a sever. So he's happy to spam that and spam his deep wounds around. The other nice thing about the sword guys is they can run Twin Moon Sweep. Twin Moon Sweep being a scythe skill, but it doesn't really link to it, and it's still a melee attack. So you can run Twin Moon attack or Twin Moon Sweep and Sun and Moon Slash and get 2 double attacks back to back with your Conjure. So you can do a lot of damage very quickly with that thing.
Looks like Get Down is in a really difficult position here. Their number 1 dervish is their hard res and is also dead, and several times now. So he's probably, the most fragile character on their team currently.
And they're
And that's
sitting on that
unfortunate
guy's
'cause he's a hard
face.
res.
That guy's not going anywhere. They're just sitting on that guy, and It's surprising they can spike out frontline or kill the frontline as much as they are.
Hmm. And we do have a split going on. The fire rally has left out the front door, but he is hesitating. So we have a number 2 trying to follow him out with the flag and getting mega trained on.
We had a ranger going out the top as well. Looks like they're trying to get something going here, but this guy's not going
Yeah.
anywhere.
Whenever anyone moves out, they just seem to eat way too much damage to continue, and they have to loop back. And just being extended in such a way, is additional pressure on their back line. So all these split attempts are not without consequence. And we do have a flag. He did break free, somehow, some way. And nope, he ate a crib shot. He kind of stops there. I don't know if he's expecting a bull strike or something. He's
Hey,
just waiting for his monks to catch up.
those habits die hard. Melee's coming, you expect to get knocked down, but dervishes don't knock you down.
Old habits die hard. Yeah,
It's a good habit.
He's pausing by the ice. He doesn't want to get knocked down on that ice there.
It's kind of a
elsewhere
Hail Mary
on the
crip
map-
shot that caught him too,
Actually, no,
but
no. The entire engagement has been stretched lengthwise along the flag route of the blue team.
this is not going to go well for Get Down when they're this spread
Yeah,
out
these
and
monks
they're
are
getting
back
beat
here
up.
they want to push forward, but they're having to stop and cast. I don't know if that was really all that important. But then again, no one up here is under imminent. Or actually, this number 6 might be.
I mean, you got one dervish back here sitting on the monks, and you got the melee up on your flagger at the same time. So I mean, they're really spread out, and this is the kind of situation where these heavy melee builds are really shining, so they can spread you out and put damage everywhere.
Hmm. And even if you do cluster up, you might, eat a double dervish hit just by chance. Sort of have, yeah, it's kind of gone back to sort of a 8v7 as we have a backdoor necro, just cleaning up some. This archer's largely inconsequential, but I guess he's just going to clean it up anyway. And then we have Fire Rally has broken away from the engagement towards the enemy base, but once again, putting pressure on the enemy base while you do not hold the flag stand is not nearly as effective.
You gotta get into that base. That archer actually might end up mattering a little bit because of the amount this team's trying to split. It does kind of guard you at the pin down.
Oh, and we have a little bit of close call on that hard rise. He's trying to put some pressure on this necro, but this necro sort of running away just cautiously, but he turns around. Yeah, he's alright. Runner goes down. Heel Monk imminently just in a lot of danger. D stands down, and he is gonna eat a lot of punishment here.
Get Down still has a fire alley up, but the ritualist is already there, so he's not gonna make a whole lot of progress.
He's trying to get in, and really, if he stood by this gate, like, he could sort of just keep this LA, force him to run the long way around, but instead, oh, looks like we actually have traded kills here. The Necro midline for Stonebender House Mafia for the hard res of Get Down. Once again, they're just gonna sit here and have to watch their dead ally for another 30 seconds, assuming he is not DP'd out yet. But he has certainly died a significant amount of times.
Yeah, they're just keeping that guy down. They basically can pick who they want to kill, and that's what they want.
Death on the heel monk here. And it looks like, yep, backline just swept out from underneath them.
Well, they're gonna res in time to keep the game from ending, but they're not gonna recover from this.
Well, we're starting to see our resigns, and they seem to be, they don't have an answer for whatever it is that's killing them. And that's strange because the most opportune moment to split is before the enemy seems to get any sort of DP on you. And we do have a DP out on the hard res, so that would be the end of the game in theory. Number 2 is dead here, and he's going to be dead for the full 2 minutes. And we have a flagger down as well, so we just have 2 monks to keep the team up, and no NPCs to support them whatsoever. So yeah, there we go. That is the resign out at 10 minutes and 21 seconds. So
Those two fast games
like,
then.
Yeah, it feels like they should have split like right off the bat, but they decided to whet their appetite at the flag stand. It really cost them, didn't it?
Yeah, it really does. I mean, you see a lot of teams do that. Like, oh, let's just go and, they want to feel out the other team a little bit first. But when you're playing a team, or when you're playing a build that's so split happy like that, and on a map that's so split happy like that, you really want to get your guys in their base ASAP. Because before they even get to the flag stand, it's your best chance to get your guys split off. Once you have everyone engaged, then it's harder to split someone off because you're already kind of locked in. You have your guys caught up there. Well, if you send people immediately, they have to kind of respond to you or just give you base.
Right, and I suppose it's hard to tell what happened in the first minute of the game, but we did see uh, right off the bat, at 1 minute at least, we saw the Dervish number 2 sort of split off into the enemy base while the other split characters were busy at the flag stand. That seems a little backwards, doesn't it?
Yeah, those dervishes are not particularly good split characters. I'm surprised they had those guys running around when they have a ranger and a fire rally in the build, which are pretty much they can be built very well to split very aggressively.